So basically all of my military will now be in exile, which basically means they can walk through any territory in order to get home. So they can actually walk through territories that we don't actually have access to. But no, we will get them all to come to our new territory of Tangliers, which has a 20% revolt risk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 80 of my military power in order to reduce this. Another thing that I'm going to have to do is then go to my stability tab, overextension, and it's going to cost me 286 administration power in order to core it, which is very expensive, and we will not be taking these guys anytime soon. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my military in Tangris. That way, in the event that there is a revolt, they will just be able to kill them straight away. And also, keeping military in the area basically makes it so that it reduces the risk a little bit, just a little bit. I think it depends how many military there. I'm going to have quite a lot there, so we should be good. So let's see, Spain's opinion of me, fought to the end of the war, so plus 10, historic friend, plus 25, border friction, have a claim. They have a claim on. Algiers has a claim on Metilla. And I have a truce with Tunisia, Tripoli and Morocco. This basically means I can't declare war against them, they can't declare war against me. And if they are allied to somebody who then declares war on me, they probably won't accept the request to come into the war. So it looks like we have gained a cardinal. So Foxit is allied with France. We don't like France. We'll try and block them out of getting into the cardinalcy. There we go. So they did say just Burgundy has just announced me as a rival, did they? Looks like England ended the war with France and they've lost all of their French territory except Normandy. So fair enough. Here it is now. Yeah, so they ceded Gascogne, La Prairie, and Coac. They had to pay 80. And French took a bit of inflation. But England didn't actually lose that much prestige, which is not bad. So when did we start? We started in 1444, didn't we? So we're already 6 years into the game here. A lot can happen in 6 years, huh? What are you doing, Spain? You should get out of here. Anyway, so let's send my ships back to port. Using Algrave as my jump off point here at the moment. And I'm also gonna then, if I go create a new unit, and then I will... Oops, what happened there? Create a new unit, I'll take off some of the cogs. The barracks are the trading ships? Brat. Cog. It's like this unit. Tech trade. Let's see. Tunis. What trading node is this? Seville. Marian coast. Let's send our guys over there to protect that. We own Marian, so Madarine or whatever. Don't ask me to pronounce fucking places. Okay, so we're looking good financially, and we're just basically going to be waiting now to unlock new technologies. Now, because we had to spend so much admin points boosting our stability and coring that province, which was hugely expensive, we're probably going to fall a bit behind. So we're going to go into a royal marriage with England here as well. Obviously, royal marriages increase your chances of getting a new heir, which is very important because if you don't have a new heir, you end up on Regency Council, which I've already explained in a previous video. I mean, sometimes it's inevitable that you will be under Regency Council at least once. I think on one of my playthroughs I was playing as France and I had like 4 or 5 royal weddings and I still went into Regency Council, and my heir was like 5 years old, so I was under Regency Council for 10 years, which really sucked. Like, because you're France, you're this huge powerhouse, but I couldn't declare war on enemies, so I was just sort of stuck. But it gives you time to expand and not bother too much with anything else. I did lose some of my military during those fights, so I'm gonna see what we got. We've got 11,000. I'm gonna bring in some more military, and we'll have a cavalry unit as well. It's obviously cost me money in maintenance as well as, well, it just costs money. But thanks to my new territory, it looks like my army force limit's actually increased from 20 to 22, which means I can have a much larger military force, which is nice. Let's see, what's my mission at the moment? Oh, royal marriage with we are Portugal. Oh, more royal marriage with Castile. So, diplomacy, dynasty, royal marriage. Having a royal marriage with all of your diplomatic relations is always good because you can only have so many. National tax is going to be reduced by 5%, stability cost is going to be increased by 10%, or some rebels are gonna come up in Berber. Where's that? Oh, it's not one of these, which is where I'd expect it. I think I'm going to negotiate. We're going to have a slightly reduced tax income for a while, but I'm not too worried about it. Stability cost is kind of a bummer. Hopefully we stay stable. And it's only for a short time as well. So, become a papal controller. That's potentially something that can do. Own Casablanca, have a core in Casablanca. Are we not? You want us to own Casablanca? Yeah. Let's have religious unity. Trouble with that is I don't think it's actually possible to convert these guys from Sunny because of, yeah, at this speed it won't work because we'll have 0% progress because of the factors that are listed there. So there's no point in accepting any of these missions right now. Actually, we could probably go with becoming the papal controller. It's possible that could happen. So, anyway, we really want that. I really need these admin points so that I can upgrade to national ideas. It's going to cost me 562, and I only have 218. I expect to have enough by in 1455. It's kind of a bummer. The good news is that our current monarch has a good admin skill, which increases the amount that we earn by quite a bit. And also we're gonna be gaining 50 power projection, which also gives us +1 of all stats, which is nice as well. Oh, actually, it's going to remain the same, isn't it? The power projection is going to remain on 49, just one off that 50 sweet spot because of the. So we're losing -1 for declaring war on Morocco and conquering provinces, but we're also gaining 2 for long-time rivals. So, yeah. Our legitimacy is pretty high. If you get low legitimacy, you risk being annexed and other countries being able to claim your throne, and not good, not good. So this guy here has finished training, so I'm going to move him straight over there, because basically if rebels rise up, and this guy's the only guy here who just die, that's what happened before, so I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. This guy is just all alone. We'll build a couple more infantry over here, like so. So we'll have a 4 stack of army here. Obviously, every time I train more army, it's going to cost me more money in maintenance. So I want to be watching my treasury, and I really want to have a solid income all the time. Obviously, so I can spend it on stuff. But right now, there's nothing to spend it on because we've literally got nothing. There's nothing. I'll be able to get diplomatic tech soon. It'd be nice to get this up as soon as possible. So it increases our trade range. We can build a marketplace and a dock. National ideas is nice. An armory is good because that increases our manpower. Right now we're only gaining 178 manpower each month, which isn't great. It's going to take us a long time to build our manpower back up again from that last war, because we lost something like probably about 10,000 men. So considering we're only gaining about 1,500 men a year in manpower, there it's going to take a long time to recover, which kind of sucks. However, it did give us this one here, which is great trade power. Produces fish, which we're obviously losing some for some income because there's a revolt risk and that has penalties. But the revolt risk is being suppressed by the fact that I have friendly troops, which is giving it a -4, and harsh treatment, which cost me some military power, which kind of sucks because that meant that we couldn't upgrade our military, or rather it's going to take us a bit longer to upgrade the military. Quite high supply limit there, 30, it's not bad. Oh, another thing that I can do during peacetime is fire these guys. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Your mercenaries cost a lot. As you can see, these guys are costing over 1 gold a month, so now that I fight them, my income is slightly increased. Yeah, mercenaries, very expensive. But at the same time, yes, they're expensive, but they're also very, very quick to train. You request mercenary, 20 days, they'll be there. Infantry, it's even less, 13 days if I wanted them here. Whereas if I wanted to train them the more traditional way, it takes over a month. So, which is still pretty quick though. You can, if you get army being trained at all your bases, it's pretty quick. So let's have another couple here. So we'll have a lovely 6 stack here of military in mainland Portugal, as well as a couple on the African coast here. So looks like Spain or Castile are going to war with Granda here. They've not called us in on it. They don't have to, but they're quite small. They're quite a small country, so you know we probably weren't needed, which is fine. So what these guys are going to do is, there's the Grand in the army here, they're going to die. They'll be moving into Granda's territory and sieging it. And they'll probably be looking to either annex them completely, taking all of Granda, or or making them like a vassal or something, which I doubt would happen. They're probably just going to try and take it all. That's what I would do anyway. I played as Castile in my last playthrough with a friend, and I managed to make it Spain by taking all of Aragon and all of. I mean, I did this in like straight away. I declared war on these guys and took this. Well, I think I managed to take 2 territories first, and then I had to. Then I had to declare war on them again, like 5 years later, to take the remaining territory. I think that's how it worked out with me. So we'll see how it goes with the AI here. I've got it on about 3 speed, so we're going by pretty quickly here. Oh, so we got a discovery spread, which means we discovered the Canaries, which is owned by Spain. Yes. Nice. I remember that I own these islands out here. But these islands could be quite useful if I need to quickly build loads of ships, because we can construct ships on these islands as well as military forces as well. The only trouble with making military forces on islands is you have to then transport them with ships, which sometimes at times of war, if the enemy's navy outnumbers yours and you pretty much dead in the water and you have to keep your navy docked up, then moving troops around becomes very difficult, particularly if you are across continents. It's a shame that they, don't have a bridge here or something. So I'm going to lose 10 prestige or risk disorder. I'm happy to lose some prestige rather than risk disorder, because disorder is just a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, right now it's quite manageable, because I was playing in Spain before and I held loads of territory, like here and halfway across the map, and I had some over here. When I took too much land once, and I had like rebels springing up all over the place. I think at one point I had something like 60 rebels just around, and it was very, very tedious trying to sort it out, and it took me a long time. It cost me a lot of money, because I even had to hire mercenaries to deal with some of them on the mainland, because I had the majority of my military down in Africa, and it was a nightmare. It was a complete and utter nightmare. So we have spare diplomats, I believe, diplomatic relations, so I can actually start conversations with other countries. France are actually neutral with me, so actually I could actually improve my relation with France. That way, if France do end up getting massive, I could, in theory, ally with them, and they could develop into a really big superpower. But we'll see just how big they get. Usually France get the big, like in the few playthroughs that I've been on where I haven't been France have usually become the biggest. They've England are big at the moment, in navy wise, but for armies, France usually become the biggest quite early on. Spain's actually bigger than them at the moment, but I think in one of my playthroughs, France became twice the size of Spain very quickly. So we'll just see how it goes, because beating France is quite hard, and it might be better to be allied with them rather than not. Or yeah, because in the playthrough where I was playing with a friend, he managed to form Russia, and he allied with all of the countries up here in Eastern Europe, and was able to take down, with me allied with him as Spain. We managed to take down, because I'd formed Spain as well. We managed to cut France down and completely destroy their army, but it was they were huge. Right, let's just continue then. You've also got the Ottomans are also quite big. They don't like us. Well, we're a different religion, so we don't really know them. We could send a diplomat over there and improve our relationship with the Ottomans, because having them on our side would be pretty good. I think I like to take Algeria, but if they're allied with the Ottomans, so it's just like no, we cannot touch Algiers. Algiers here. They can stay as Algiers, but taking Morocco would be nice. Keeping Algiers on side might also be good too. So I can build province improvements. So I can build, obviously I've just upgraded my technology, right? So I can build marketplace and docks. Marketplace will increase my local trade power, which is always good, which I might want to do here at making that into a course. So the Tangiers trade node, I've got quite a lot of power on, so I probably want to build a marketplace here in Tan. And also, let's see, where else do I? These places already have marketplaces, actually. That's nice. Don't have docks though. And docks also slightly increase local trade power as well. but and they also increase shipbuilding. Is it shipbuilding? It's dry dock that increases shipbuilding time. And province is now part of. Sorry, Tanj is now a province. We own it. It's ours. Excellent. I'm going to build a marketplace there. It'll be finished next year, which is nice. Oh dear. So what I can do is, I can gain a temple in. But my heir's going to die. So my current king, he's dead. He's going to die.